Hey everybody, it's Rob from Flailthroughs. This is Gundam Battle Operation 2, and this is a request from Dark Hatred, who wanted to see the Gundam Unit 4 booster type in the colors of a Gundam from another series. I went with the Gundam Dynames, just because that seemed like it would be a good match for what this does, which is shoot, mostly. It has the Mega Beam Launcher, which, as you see, can do tremendous damage, and it does sustain damage in the same way that the Zox Phonon Maser does, and it's also just as steerable as the Phonon, give or take. But yeah, so it can be used at a great distance. I've got a beam rifle as my main because that's my preference generally. And just as I was about to follow up on that Hyzak, somebody stabbed me in the back. This is kind of a weird round because we had one person from each side just disconnect as we started, so I don't know what that did to our team compositions. Ours is still intact because we've got 3 generals of support in a raid. I don't know about the enemy team though. I never thought to check that, but at the moment going okay. Got that Mark II, so yeah, so far so good. The G04 booster is a 500 pointer, and it has been added to the standard lottery now. I paid tokens for it when it came out back in, what, August? But yeah, it is available in the lottery, so is the G5 booster. The big difference, besides the beam launcher, the big difference between this and the standard G04 is the fact that this can use double hyper bazookas, which is really nice. It's nice to... I like those on the G3. Not a lot of generals that can use them. It's good to see. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to pull back again and get ready to launch some beams. And I'm not sure if I'm launching mega beams or mega launching beams. It's hard to say exactly how to parse that. But yeah, just going to perch myself back here. They are up on top of the hill, and they have seriously, I am pretty sure that they have reduced the charge time on this beam gun since I first used it. And there is just a magnificent shot. 10,000 to one and like 3,000 to two others. And somebody tagged me, and I'm not sure where or how. I hope we don't have invisible players here, but I'm also going to heal up a little bit because I'm going to be fighting whoever is left alive on the enemy team by myself until my allies spawn in, which luckily they are now doing. So 5 minutes left. We've got a 2,000 point lead. That person went and took B, and I fired a half second too soon. Maybe even a tenth of a second, but it was enough that I didn't do anything. So, gonna push up with the rest of the team, and they probably could have come and got me, but taking that waypoint probably a better idea, because once everybody else spawned in around me, which as you saw they did fairly quickly, they could have gotten trapped there and hit pretty hard by my entire fresh team, and instead they just got a foothold closer to the base for a moment that they could have used to spawn in a little closer. They've decided instead, though, to hold the hill. Now that now that I haven't paid enough attention, they have totally smashed my theory as to how you do proceed from where they were a minute ago. But it's holding the hill, not a bad idea. But the high ground does mean something. It can be very useful. And overheated my hyper beam rifle. It tends to do that. Just waiting for it, and I'm just going to get down because, yep, it's ready. So charge with your head down. That way it's harder to knock you out of it and get you stunned. And somebody managed it. So luckily, in the time it took me to fail to do that, my hyper beam rifle recharged, and I missed the Hyzak entirely. Not going to miss with those, though, and now that I've held it down, I am a tiny shred of health short. Now it's just a suicide charge because I'm out of health and I exposed myself, so there was not a lot I could do. Also, I have done a lot of damage and I've gotten some decent kills, so I did have a certain concern that I could be the ace, and being an ace with 196 health is not a bad idea. Or not a good idea. It's definitely a bad idea. Sorry, I've done like 2 extremely long podcasts now, at least by my usual standards, like 2 nights in a row, and my brain's a little fried. I have been talking so much, but hopefully everybody enjoyed it, because man, yeah, that was It was fun, but yeah, took... I don't usually do, like, a lot of talking stuff, like, back-to-back, but I am now an ace, so I totally missed their ace. But yeah, so that worked. If I time it right, I can get that person who's nearly dead. Can I time it right? Not if I get hit, but I can always Vulcan charge in. No, I can't. Okay, this is going badly. Again, this is how in a lot of my ace matches sometimes go, where I did so much better when there wasn't a giant target over my head. I don't know what happened. I don't understand why it suddenly became such a thing. Well, somebody took that kill. It doesn't... Well, actually, it does matter, because, yeah, they've still got the lead. And I'm nearly dead, so that's a bad combination. Trying to stun that Hyzak at least, and maybe I can get a kill in. And up. Nope, somebody else took that. So, yeah, this is looking like it could be one of those rounds, though I guess technically it already is, considering we've lost a person on each side. But missed that shot. Gonna try and charge the big gun, because it's something I can do from relative safety. And beams for all. Did not kill the ace, but did pretty good damage. If they're not going to let me have the kills, the best thing I can do is try and do enough damage to get assists. Because I really do need to hang back and not die, because, yeah. I can probably... Yeah, I shouldn't go up there. They all have really high... they all have almost full health. There's one I could kill if I could get to them, but I can't. Maybe they'll come over the hill. If this rifle's charged, I may be able to get it. Hyzak's coming after me. So, but the team is actually chasing it off while I try and pin this person down, which I have not done. Team's coming back towards me. That's not a bad move either. They are moving to protect me, and I appreciate it greatly. I am overextending a little bit trying to get that person, and I realized it finally when I saw the beam fly right past me and started pulling back, which pulling back seems to have encouraged that low health person to pull forward, so if I can get them, that's great. But yeah, they're saying Ace can handle this. I really don't think I can, and in fact I cannot. So we have 50 seconds left. We have we have a 1,000-point lead now, but it's not a lot. So yeah. So it's I have no complaints. Well, the only complaint I have, let's say, is that I wish I'd been able to tag a couple of those folks before they before the team finished them, just because I feel like that would have put us in a better position. But otherwise, they did support me. They went and took the front line to the enemy so that I could keep myself from getting killed. And now I'd like to get that person before the round ends. And luckily they fell on their face, so I can finally do that. I don't think I have time to charge this, but I am going to try. And perfect setup, and boom. Perfect timing. So yeah, that was a great ending to a occasionally lightly frustrating round, but overall I'd say a very positive one. So I'm happy with how that came out, and I hope you are too, Dark. But yeah, 6,500 of our 17,000 points are mine. 1,950 points of assists, 5 kills, 2 deaths, and 83,000 damage. So not bad at all, I'd say. That is going to do it for today's Gundam Battle Operation 2. We will be back soon with more, so till next time, everybody take care and have fun. Later! Yeah, this is one of the older requests I've had on the list. I just didn't have a good opportunity to figure out what to do with it, and I figured out what I wanted to do with it, and luckily the rounds that I wanted to use came fairly quickly, so that's always a nice feeling.